أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الأخيار أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, in the previous lesson when it got to الجواب بالفاء والواء as part of the نواصب of فعل مضارع, they told us that they are going to delay it to a later lesson, because so that it doesn't look plenty on us, because it demands a lot of explanation and rules here and there. So we were told that it will be delayed to a later lesson. If you look at the previous one, when it got to الثامن والتاسع, he said الجواب بالفاء والواء, as if they are going to explain, and they said نحن نؤخر الكلام عليهما لأنه يحتاج إلى بسط. And I said that they are saying they are going to delay the talk on these two, al-fa and wa. They are going to delay the talk on that subject because they demand openness. They demand to be widened up, opened up. يحتاج إلى بسط أي يحتاج إلى شرح وافي أو واسع. Okay, and so they brought it up as a separate topic, even though I've already explained it out of the book. I think it will ease our understanding in as we find it here. So he says الجواب بالفاء والواء. So part of the نواصب الفعل المضارع is response with fa and wa. And what do we mean by response with fa and wa? You say a statement in a conditional manner, something like إذا جاء سأذهب إليه. إذا جاء is condition. Arabic we say that is shart, and if you say سأذهب إليه, that becomes the jawab shart. So when we say الجواب بالفاء والواو, we mean beginning the jawab part, the jawab part of the sentence with fa or waw. Let's get in, we will be giving examples, and so it will be understood clearly. He says, وَالْجَوَابُ بِالْفَاءِ وَالْوَاوِ, as he quotes from the AL-AJRUMIYYA directly, and in his explanation he says, أي ينصب الجواب إذا أو ينصب الجواب إذا اقترن بالفاء أو الواو. And the jawab here is the present tense verb that begins the jawab sentence, or the present tense verb in the jawab sentence. Okay, it will all be clear. If it says ektarana, that is to come together with, to come close to come attached with. If the jawab is attached with faw or waw. And al-faw yani fa as-sababiyya. I've already explained that when they said al-jawabu bil-fa'i wal-waw, they mean the faw there means fa as-sababiyya, and the waw means waw al-ma'iyya. And fa as-sababiyya is the one that shows causation, a causative relationship. And then the waw, a cause and effect relationship, and the waw al-ma'iyya. Waw al-ma'iyya means something happening together. Inshallah, we are going to see a lot of interesting aspects of these two. He says, هذان الحرفان إذا كانا جوابا لواحد من أمور تسعة. He says these two letters, إذا كانا جوابا, if they are used as a response, لواحد من أمور تسعة, for one of 9 cases, نُسِبَ بهما الفعل, they cause the fi'l to be mansub. يجمع أو يجمع هذه الأمور أو يجمع هذه الأمور التسعة قوله. Somebody has gathered all these 9 in a verse of poetry. And so the saying gathers all these 9 into this verse. مر ودع وانهى وسل وعرض لحدهم تمنى وارجو كذاك النفي قد كمل. As in the previous lesson I alluded to, I pointed to out to. So we are going to explain them again. It says مر يعني إذا وقعت الفاء والواو في جواب الأمر فإن الفعل ينصب بهما. He says you have a statement that is in a conditional format, but the first one is a command, like study hard, you become intelligent. Study hard is a command. You become intelligent is the jawab of the amr. So same way in Arabic, it comes like that. He says if fa begins the verb of the jawab of the jawab, then the verb becomes mansub. If waw begins it, then the verb becomes mansub. We look at example here. Mithaluhu. He says aslim fatadkhul al-jannata. Look at it. Aslim is a command. Aslim, become a Muslim. Fatadkhul al-jannata. You see, it is aslim tadkhul al-jannah. Aslim tadkhul al-jannah. Become a Muslim, you will enter Jannah. Now, fa has been attached. أي اقترن اقترن الجواب بالفاء. جواب الأمر بالفاء. The response of the command has been attached to fa. So you can see that the verb has become mansub. It has taken fatha. Aslim, then it says fatadkhula. So without the fa, you will say aslim tadkhulul jannah. But because of the fa, say aslim tadkhulul jannah. Maybe it becomes a majzoom or something. But then here, because of the fa as-sababiyya that has been attached to the jawab now becomes mansub. So we have aslim fatadkhulal jannata. Okay. Gladly for us, Arab is done here, so everything is opened up. The skeleton of it is opened up so that we understand clearly. Aslim is fi'lun amrin. Fi'lu amrin. Aslim is a command verb. Wal-fa'u lis-sababiyya. And the fa is for sabab, to show cause and effect. يعني فبسبب إسلامك أي أسلم فبسبب إسلامك تدخل الجنة. That is how it means. That is what the fa means. So تدخل here in Arab we say فعل مضارع منصوب بفاء السببية. أي تدخل is a present tense verb and it is also mansub, and this mansub is caused by فاء السببية. وعلامة نصبه فتحة ظاهرة في آخره, and its sign of being mansub is a clear fatha, apparent fatha at its end. You can see the fatha on the tadkhula. So that is the mur condition. So for the condition for fa and waw to cause a present tense to be mansub is that they should come attached to the jawab al-amr first of all, and the fa should be fa sababiyya preceded by amr. First one preceded by amr. Waw should also be waw al-ma'iyya preceded by amr, command. And the second we have ud'u. It says mur wad'u. So we have the second condition being ud'u. Yani ad-du'a'u. Ud'u there means du'a. وهو موجه لله عز وجل فتقول. So the ud'u there means du'a. It refers to du'a, and the du'a is to God Almighty, not du'a as in just calling anybody, but praying to God Almighty. So he says fataqulu. So you say Rabbi wafiqni, oh my Lord, grant me success, or oh my Lord, assist me. Fa'amala salihan, assist me so that I will do good. So you can see that before even the fa came to join the jawab, there is a dua before the fa. In that case, when there is a dua, the fa works as a nasib. It calls the fi'l amr to be mansub. It calls the fi'l mudari, it is attached to be mansub. الدعاء في وفقني, the dua is in the وفقني. والفاء في أعمل للسببية, and the fa that is attached to أعمل is sababiyya. And أعمل, so you in i'rab you say Rabbi munada, وفقني is fi'l amr للدعاء, or you can say dua. And then the noon al-wiqaya, the yai is you can say damir muttasil fi mahalli nazb maf'ulun bihi. You can put it like that. And then the fa'u sababiyya, a'amala fi'l mudari mansubun bi fa'u sababiyya, mansubun bi fa'i sababiyya, wa alamat nasbihi al-fatha al-zahira ala akhirih. Okay, صالحا of course مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة, or صالحا أعمل صالحا. Yeah, I think that is it. You can say تمييز in a case somehow. قال الشاعر ربي, a poet has said ربي وفقني فلا أعدل. So you can see the foul and the a'adila. So the foul here is foul sababiyya that has been preceded by dua, and so the a'adila has been affected and it comes as mansub. Rabbi wafiqni fala a'adila an sanani sa'ina fi khayri sanan. Oh Lord, assist me so that I do not sway or stray away from the path of those who are striving in the good sunan. Can put it that way. Or those who are striving on the good path. Let me not stray away from their path. Okay, so it says this bait here, it has been used in a lot of books, but it's the one who said it is not known. And we actually do not really need it. We want to just know the qaida. And then we have the third one, wanhu or wanha, yani an-nahi. So the wanha there refers to nahi. So when nahi precedes the fa'u sababiyya or waw al-ma'iyya, the waw al-ma'iyya or fa'u sababiyya acts as a nasib. They act as nasib. It says, لا تسرح في الدرس فيفوتك. لا تسرح, do not go out. أي لا تخرج في الدرس, in the lesson, فيفوتك, so that you miss it. Or لا تسرح أي لا تلعب, do not play في الدرس, in the lesson, فيفوتك, so that you miss it. Okay, so you can see that fa, before even the fa came, we have nahyu coming. The la there is la an-nahiya. La tasrah, as you can see the tasrah coming majzoom. La tasrah is la an-nahiya, prohibiting you from playing or going out whilst the lesson is going on. So it says fayafutaka, so that you miss the lesson. هذه بعد النهي. This is, you can see that the foul is coming after a prohibition. وفي القرآن, and in the Quran you have an example there. ولا تطغوا فيه, I do not cause misappropriation in there, or do not cause disturbance in there, do not cause mayhem in there. فيحل عليكم غضبي, so that my anger will now fall upon you. So you can see that يحل is fi'l mudari and it is ended with fatha. Why? Because it has been attached to fa'u sababiyya, and the fa'u sababiyya is actually acting as a nasib, causing the fi'l mudari to be mansub, because it has been preceded by la and nahiya. It has been preceded by nahyu. It has been preceded by what? Prohibition. Wala tadghaw fihi. You have been prohibited from something, and then the fa'u comes. فَيَحِلَّ عَلَيْكُمْ غَضَبِي. Okay. Wasal, and the fourth one we have sal. The sal here bima'na is'al, ay su'al or istifham, yani al-istifham, questioning. فإذا وقعت فاء السببية جوابا للاستفهام. So if the fa'u sababiyya comes as a response for a question or to a question, it works as a nasib. وجب نصب الفعل المضارع بها. It causes the fi'l mudari to be mansub. it becomes necessary for the fi'l mudari attached to the fa to be mansub. فتقول, so you say, هل اعتذر إليك? Has he sought pardon from you? هل اعتذر إليك? Has he apologized to you? زيد, هل اعتذر عليك زيد? Has Zaid apologized to you? فتعذره, so that you pardon him. Has Zaid apologized to you so that you pardon him? So you can see that fa is fa'u sababiyya, ta'adhura is fi'l mudari that is ending in fatha, ay nazb. It has ended in the accusative case. And the fa'u is able to cause the ta'adhura to end in fatha because it has been preceded by a question. هل اعتذر إليك زيد? Has Zaid apologized to you? So it has been preceded by a question. This is also one of the conditions. So you keep the conditions: command, prohibition, questioning, and what? We have also dua. So command, dua, which is prayers, questioning, and prohibition. If they precede the fa of the jawab, then the fa causes the jawab to end in the accusative case. قال الله تعالى, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَهَلْ لَنَا مِن شُفَعَاءَ فَيَشْفَعُوا لَنَا. I think I have mentioned this verse in the previous lesson that we did. Do we have any interceders? Do we have any interceders so that they intercede for us? So you can see that فَيَشْفَعُوا, the verb being يَشْفَعُونَ is now يَشْفَعُوا because it is mansub. So he's saying that al-fa'u waqi'atun fi jawab al-istifham. The fayashfa'u, the fa'u there is attached to a jawab, a response to a question. فَهَلْ لَنَا مِن شُفَعَاءَ فَيَشْفَعُوا لَنَا. Do we have any interceders so that they intercede for us? Now so that they intercede for us statement is said in Arabic to be the jawab al-istifham, the answer to the question they are asking. So it tells you why they are seeking for the interceders. Okay. وَلِهَذَا نَصَبَتِ الْفِعْلِ. And so the fa was able to cause the fi'l mudari to end in the accusative case. بِمَاذَا نُصِبَتْ. What is the sign of the nasb in the yashfa'un? بِحَذْفِ النُّونِ. We have already learned that when a verb is in the plural form, as we said, أفعال الخمسة يشفعون, when it is mansub or majzoom, we take out the nun. So instead of yashfa'una, you can see that because of the fa, it is now fayashfa'un lana. So it is the fa sababiyya that is causing that. And it is able to cause that because it has been preceded by a question. لأنه من الأفعال الخمسة. Ariya said it because it is from أفعال الخمسة. If it is mansub, you are not expecting to see a fatha, but then rather you are expecting to see a nun being deleted. Okay. وَعَرِضْ لِحَدِّهِمُ. He puts the two together. وَعَرِضْ is ard. It says أَعْرِضْ يعني al-arda. Al-arda is you presenting an offer to somebody. And then لِحَدِّهِمُ يعني al-hatha, as we've said before, at-tahdid. At-tahdid, urging someone on, egging someone on. Okay. Al-hatha is also urging someone on or egging someone on, as they said, egg on, to egg someone on. Okay, so فَإِنَّنَا ardun, we have ardun, an offer, or you presenting an offer before somebody. وَإِنَّنَا حَثٌ, and we have حَثٌ. مثال الأرض, example for the ard is أن تقول لشخص, for you to tell somebody, ألا تنزل عندي, will you not stay at my place, or will you not, like you're on a travel, you are traveling. When somebody is traveling and we say nazala bimakan, he stopped at a particular place. So let's say I'm going to, in Ghana here, I'm going to the Accra Mall, and then on a journey, let's say that is a trip from Medina to Accra Mall, let's say it is a trip. And then I started my trip from Medina, And then even before I got to Accra Mall, I get to the University of Ghana and I stop there and stay there. We call it, I would say, Nazaltu bijami'ati Ghana. In the language of a traveler, when we say Nazala bimakanin bimana, he took a stop at a place. So if he says ala tanzilu indi, he is talking to a friend or somebody who is on a journey. So he's telling the person, will you not stay at my place for ukrimaka, so that I will honor you. So ala tanzilu indi is a presentation of an offer. I'm offering my place to you for you to make a stop there. لأنها وقعت جوابا للعرض. Because ukrimaka, foul here, has come as a response to the offer. And when I say response, you don't understand it in the sense of English. Because in English sense, if I keep saying response, you might think after saying ala tanzilu indi fa ukrimaka, what the other person will say is the response. In Arabic, the jawab is after the first sentence. The second sentence becomes the jawab. Okay. Then we have also hala addabta waladaka fayastaqima. Hala addabta waladaka fayastaqima. Will you not give your child some manner, train your child with some manners so that he will be upright? So yastaqima here is jawabun, is a response to the hala. And the hala here is not an offer. He's not offering you anything. He is urging you on something. He's egging you on something for you to train your child well. So that is what we call at-tahdid. So he says, وَالْفَرْقُ بَيْنَ التَّحْضِيد. The difference between egging someone on, وَالْعَرْض, and offer, and التَّحْضِيد is that urging someone on or motivating someone or pushing someone to something. التَّحْضِيد طَلَبٌ بِحَثٍ وَإِزْعَاجٍ. Tahdid is you making a request of somebody, but with a form of energy and kind of disturbance, is urge. So if I say, hala addabta waladaka, it might be that I'm worried or I'm frustrated about your child's character. So that will be from is urge. I'm disturbed about it. So I tell you, hala addabta waladaka, will you not give your child some manners, train your child with some manners? Or it can be like, I'm just urging you on, I'm just motivating you or pushing you to give your child manners. So it is either talabun bihathin, what is urging you on with some worry. Okay. But then ardun is talabun birifqin walin. When you are putting a presentation before somebody, you say, won't you please buy from me? It's different from me saying, won't you learn some manners? Won't you learn some manners is, I'm putting something before you, but it is more of me being disturbed about something. There is a form of energy and in it, applied in it. But then when you're putting offer before somebody, you go with being more lenient and soft. وَالْعَرْضُ طَلَبٌ بِرِفْقٍ وَلِينٍ. It's a request also, but with softness and leniency. وَلِهَذَا يَعْرُضُ عَلَيْكَ عَرْضًا فَيَقُولُ. Somebody might put an offer before you and say, أَلَا تَتَفَضَّلُ عِنْدَنَا فَنُكْرِمَكَ. Will you not come to our place so that we honor you? This is an offer. It sounds very lenient and gentle. أَمَّا هَذَا فَيَقُولُ. But then this one who is to urge you on, to motivate, to push you to something, he will say, هَلَا أَدَّبْتَ وَلَدَكَ فَيَسْتَقِيمَ. Will you not give your child some money so that he will be upright? It is different from will you not come to our place so that we honor you? Okay. التحضيد حث بقوة. At-tahdid, urging someone on, is a kind of push but with some energy. Bi-aksel ard, as against presentation. I'm giving you an offer. I reduce my goods by 70%. And I'll say, oh, won't you buy this from me? It is also a request, but then with leniency. Okay, let's come to tamanna warju together. Tamanna yani at-tamanni. wish. But whenever you hear at-tamanni, it's a form of wish that will hardly happen or will never happen. And then warju, yani ar-raja, which is hoping. And ar-raja is also a form of wish, but that will happen. That is possible to happen. Okay, so it says at-tamanni طلب ما يتعذر أو يتعسر الحصول عليه. At-tamanni, wishing, is a request of something يتعذر, which is impossible, whose happening is impossible, أو يتعسر, or is just difficult to happen. Okay. قال الشاعر, a poet has said, ألا ليت الشباب يعود يوما. How I wish youthful age will return one day. فأخبره بما فعل المشيب, so that I will inform him what old age has done. ألا ليت الشباب يعود يوما. So you can see that here he has preceded the fa. He has preceded the fa with a wish, a tamanni. ألا ليت الشباب يعود يوما فأخبره بما فعل المشيب, so that I will inform it what old age has done. Okay. They're saying that AL-AJRUMIYYA is the one who has this saying. AL-AJRUMIYYA is good with wise sayings in his poetry. So much. His poetry is full of wise sayings. هذا مستحيل فهو تمنٍ. You can say that this is impossible because youthful age will not return. So you rightly say that this is tamanni. وقال الفقير المعدم. And then the poor person, very destitute. Al-faqir al-mu'dim is a very destitute person, somebody wallowing in absurd penury. وقال الفقير المعدم. He said, ليت لي مالا فأتصدق minhu, so that I will give sadaqah from it. How I wish I had money so that I give sadaqah from it. هذا متعسر. This is difficult to happen. وليس متعذر, and not impossible. لأنه كم من فقير صار غنيا, because how many poor people have become rich? It happens. لكن الشيخ لا يصير شابا, but an old man will never become a youth. That does not happen. Okay, now look at something here. When he says al-faqir al-mu'dim, the word mu'dim, we have mu'dam also. And mu'dam is somebody who has been executed. Somebody who has been executed. But when we say al-mu'dim, somebody who is destitute, very poor, does not have anything at all. Okay. So you know the difference, so that when you are reading, you don't mix them up. Okay. Warju. Ar-raja'u talabu ma yaqrubu husuluhu. Ar-raja'u is requesting something that, or wishing for something that is close to happening. It can happen. That's opposite of at-tamanni. لعل السلعة تقصر في البلد فأشتري منها. So whenever you see the fa, you can see that the fi'l mudari that comes after it takes fatha. It says لعل السلعة. Sila is goose, produce. It says perhaps the goose will become plenty. تقصر في البلد, become plenty in the town or in the country. فأشتري منها, so that I buy from it. جاء في أول النهار في أول السوق فوجد الناس لم يجلبوا فقال لعل هذا رجع. Says he came into the market in the early morning, the early part of the day. في أول السوق, in the early part of the market. فوجد الناس لم يجلبوا, and he realized that people have not brought goose. فقال, and he said لعل. So this is wishing for something that can happen easily. It's close to happening. So we call this raja. Okay. Al-aslu an yakuna at-ta'abiru an at-tamanni bilayta. The fundamental, the ruling is that expression about a wish that will not happen should be made with later. Wa an at-taraji بِلَعَلَّ. And when you are doing الرجاء, wishing for something that can happen, you should use لَعَلَّ. هذا الأصل. This is the root. This is the fundamental. لكن, but, قد يكون العكس. It can be the opposite at times. قد تأتي لعل في أمر مستحيل. Sometimes you find لعل coming in a case that is impossible. قال فرعون. Fir'aun has said, يا هامان ابن لي صرحا لعلي أبلغ الأسباب أسباب السماوات فأطلع إلى إله موسى. So Fir'aun was calling on Haman that build for me, ibnili, build for me, sarhan, a tower. Build for me a tower. When we say sarh, we mean a lofty building, a very lengthy building. And he says, la'alli. So you can see him using la'alla here. La'alli, perhaps I, ablugul asbaba, I will get to obtain the means, asbab as-samawati, the means to reach the sky, fa'attali'a ila ilahi Musa. So that I will take a look at the Lord of Musa. Attali'a is from the verb ittala'a, to look at. Okay. The masdar is ittila', to look through something, to read through something. It says, haza tarajjin aw tamanni. This saying of Fir'aun, is it raja or tamanni? Of course it's tamanni, but we see him using it's tamanni because لأنه مستحيل, because it's impossible, it can't happen. لكنه تمنى بلعل, but he did the tamanni with لعل. Okay. وقال الشاعر وهو يخاطب الحمامة. And a poet had said, whilst speaking with doves. Okay, and the doves he's speaking with in this poem is a form of dove. I wrote the name somewhere. PT, the name of that dove kind of bird is Pterocles. You can search for it and you find it. That is the qatar. I didn't know if it's Tyrocles or something. You can search for it online and you see the kind of bird, inshallah. It says, and this abiyat has been given to Al-Ahnaf bin Qais. See somewhere, Qais ibn al-Mulawwah, Majnun Layla. Okay. بقيت على سرب القطا إذ مررن بي فقلت ومثلي بالبقاء جدير أسرب القطا هل من يعير لعلي إلى من قد هويت أطير. Beautiful abiyat, beautiful بيتين عفوا. Says بقيت, I cried. بقيت على سرب القطا, I cried to the flock of these birds. You know the bird when they fly, if you search for sirb al-qata on Google, you see the picture of it. When these birds fly, you see how the doves fly together in the sky. That is what we call sirb al-qata. These birds, he was crying to them. It says, بَقَيْتُ عَلَى سِرْبِ الْقَطَى إِذْ مَرَرْنَ بِي, when they passed by me. فَقُلْتُ, sirb is the flock, qata is the name of the bird. فَقُلْتُ, and I said, وَمِثْلِي بِالْبُقَاءِ جَدِيرُ. Says, I said, and then he came with a sentence that is not connected there. وَمِثْلِي بِالْبُقَاءِ جَدِيرُ. I mean, as he cried, and of course he deserves to cry, because his beloved has left him. So the right arrangement of it, let's say, بَكَيْتُ عَلَى سِرْبِ الْقَطَى إِذْ مَرَرْنَ بِي فَقُلْتُ. Or you make it this way, بكيت على سرب القطا إذ مررن بي ومثلي بالبقاء جدير فقلت. You get it? I cried on the flock of the doves when they passed by me, and of course I deserve to cry. فقلت, and I said, السرب القطا. Here is للنداء, حرف النداء. السرب القطا, oh you flock of doves. هل من يعير, is there any one of you who will lend me, give me wings, give me wings. لعلي, perhaps I, إلى من قد هويت أطير, perhaps I will fly to the one that I desire. It is said that it is of Majnun Layla, Qais ibn al-Mulawwah, he has these lines, and it fits very well because his beloved has left him. So when he saw the birds flying easily to wherever they want to, he's crying to the birds and telling the birds, is there anyone among them who will give him wings so that he might also fly to his beloved? Okay. وَلَعَلَّ هُنَا تَمَنٍ, and the لَعَلَّ used here is تَمَنِّ لِأَنَّهُ مُسْتَحِيل, because it's impossible. He can't get the feathers and he can't fly also. But then he used لَعَلَّ as against the ruling. المهم أن نقول, most important is for us to say الفرق بين التمني والترجي, the difference between تمني and ترجي, إذا كان التعلق بأمر مستحيل أو متعذر فهذا تمن. If what you are desiring is something attached, something impossible or difficult to happen, then this becomes tamanni. إذا كان بأمر قريب فهذا ترج. If it is related to something that can easily happen, then it becomes taraji or raja. ولكن الأصل أن الحرف الموضوع للترجي هو لعل, and the ruling is that the word that is used for taraji, wishing for something that can happen, is لعل. لعل الله يحدث بعد ذلك أمرا. Perhaps, oh God Almighty will make something happen after this. And of course, it is possible to happen. So when you wish for something that can happen, you use لعل. وَلِلتَّمَنِّي, and when you wish for something that is impossible, you use later. As some says, later shababu bu'un fa'ashtari. I wish youthful age was for sale so that I will buy it. You get it? All these are impossible. وَقَدْ يُعْكَسْ, and it says that it might at times be opposite. They can turn it upside down at times, as he has shown us in the examples. Okay. He says, آخر شيء في البيت, the last thing in the bayt that is giving us the ruling for fa'u sababiyya and the wawul ma'iyya to work as نواصب. The last thing is كذاك النفي, يعني إذا وقعت الفاء جوابا للنفي, if the fa comes as a response to nafi, فإنها تنصب الفعل المضارع, it causes the present tense verb to be mansub. قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Holy Quran, والذين كفروا لهم نار جهنم لا يقضى عليهم فيموتوا. He says those who have disbelieved, hellfire is for them. لا يقضى عليهم فيموتوا, they will not be killed so that they die. Okay. He says يموتوا here جواب للنفي, is a response to the nafi. As I've said, please, when I say response, I mean the Arabic sense. Jawab للنفي, for the negation, because he says والذين كفروا لهم نار جهنم, and then he says لا يقضى عليهم, they will not be killed. It is a negative sentence. They will not be killed. فيموتوا, so that they die. So he says وَنُصِبَتْ بِحَذْفِ النُّونِ, and so yamutu has been made mansub by deleting the noon, because it will have been yamutuna without, if there was no cause, it would have been yamutuna, but now it's yamutu. إذن فاء السببية وواء المئية إذا وقعتا جوابا, if the two of them happen or occur as a response لواحد من أمور تسعة مجموعة في قول الشاعر, if they occur as a response to one of these 9 conditions. The 9 conditions are, first of all, mur, which is fi'l amr, which is when the fa comes as a response to a command sentence. Wad'u comes as a response to a dua. Wanha comes as a response to nahi. Wasal comes as a response to questioning, istifham, ay as-su'al. Wa'arid, it comes as a response to ard, as we've already explained. Lihaddihimu tahdid, tamanni. And then we have raja, and then nafi. So you have mur 1, ud'u, dua 2, inha, nahi 3, sal istifham, which is 4, ard is 5, tahdid is 6, tamanni 7, raja 8, nafi 9. فإنها تنصب الفعل المضارع بعدها. If they come in examples as we've already explained, then the fa and the waw cause the fi'l mudari to be mansub. This is the condition. هنا مثال مشهور عند النحويين. This part of the lesson is very, very important. Very, very important. He says here there is an example that grammarians use a lot. وهو, which is لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن. لا is حرف نهي. It's a harf of prohibition. لا تأكل السمك. Do not eat the fish. وتشرب اللبن. Now, you can't just give the meaning of this sentence just like that. You need to know which waw you are dealing with. And the vowel of the tashrab points you to which waw you are dealing with. You will see this. تأكل is فعل مضارع مجزوم بلا الناهية. Of course, فعل مضارع when it comes after لا الناهية is مجزوم. وعلامة جزمه, and the sign of his jazm is السكون في آخره, is the sukun that it takes. والفاعل ضمير مستتر وجوبا تقديره أنت. The fa'il of تأكل is أنت. السمكة مفعول به منصوب بالفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. سمكة of course is مفعول به. الواو here is واو المعية تنصب الفعل المضارع. So you realize that the waw here is waw al-ma'iyya, and so the fi'l mudari becomes mansub. Okay, let's get to the down and then I'll come back and explain a phenomena here. So the tashrab after it is fi'l mudari mansub bil waw, or you can say bi waw al-ma'iyya, wa alamatu nasbihi al-fathatu az-zahiratu ala akhirih, wal fa'il damir mustatir wajuban taqdiruhu anta. اللبن مفعول به منصوب وعلامة نصبه الفتحة الظاهرة على آخره. Now come back. لا تأكل السمكة وتشرب اللبن. So I am commanding you and I want to prohibit you from two things at a time, doing something together. I'm not so concerned about you doing the two. I'm concerned about you doing the two together. So I will bring waw al-ma'iyya. And we've said that waw al-ma'iyya, when it comes after prohibition, it causes the present tense verb or the jawab to end in accusative case, to be mansub. So if I'm commanding you and I say, لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن, at that point you should understand that I'm not concerned about you eating this and eating that and drinking the laban. No. I am only concerned about you eating fish and drinking laban at the same time. So if you can eat the fish in the morning, take the laban in the evening, I don't have any problem with you. I'm only prohibiting you from you doing it together, ma'an. That's why I bring waw al-ma'iyya. And when waw al-ma'iyya came, you see the present tense verb ending in fatha. Okay. He says, هذا المثال يرد على ثلاثة أوجه. This example you are seeing, لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن, this sentence, they come in three phases. ويختلف المعنى على كل وجه, and the meaning differs at any time. How do they differ? They only differ on the vowel that the tashrab takes. So look at it. إذا قلت لك, if I tell you, لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن, if I tell you, do not eat fish and drink laban and drink milk. And then after I've told you this, فَأَكَلْتَ السَّمَكَ, then you ate fish في الصباح, in the morning, وَشَرِبْتَ اللَّبَنَ في المساء, and you drank the milk in the afternoon. فَهَلْ أَنْتَ عَاصٍ, are you disobedient? Have you disobeyed me? لا, you've not disobeyed me. Why? لِأَنِّي إِنَّمَا نَهَيْتُكَ عَنِ الْجَمْعِ بَيْنَهُمَا, I only prohibited you from not putting them together, not doing them together. That's why I brought waw al-ma'iyya, and that's why you see the tashrab ending with fatha. So he says, لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن. So you know that, oh, since it's tashraba, it's waw al-ma'iyya that causes the tashrab to be mansub. Waw al-ma'iyya, yani, لا تأكل هذا مع هذا. Do not take this with this. Do not take it together. إذا قلت, if I tell you, لا تأكل السمكة وتشرب اللبن. So here from seeing the kasra, you can know that a verb that don't take kasra. So it is sukun originally that is there. It is sukun that is there, but then because of iltiqa is sakinain, because of the al-laban is also having sukun, alif sukun before it. So we say لا تأكل السمكة وتشرب اللبن. If not, it is تشرب sukun al-laban. So after me telling you this, فأكلت وشربت فأنت عاصٍ. After I said this, then you ate the fish and you drank laban, whatever time it is, you are disobedient. سواء أكلت وشربت في الحال أو أكلت وشربت بعد ذلك. If you ate the fish and took the milk at the same time, or you did it at different times, you are still disobedient. Why? Because the waw here is waw al-atf, and it is attaching the tashrab to the ta'kul. So la ta'kul, ta'kul here is fi'l mudari majzumun bila an-nahiya. It is a present tense verb that is coming after la an-nahiya, so it ends in sukun, but it has been given kasra because of reading. And we say tashrabi, the tashrab is also majzum. It is connected to the ta'kul. So the command, it is like la ta'kul as-samaka wa la tashrab laban. Don't take the two. I'm prohibiting you from the two. Not their togetherness or their apartness. I'm just prohibiting you from the two. So the waw here is waw al-atf. Let's look at the third phenomenon. Let's look at the third phase of it. إذا قلت, if I say, لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن. Do not take fish and drink milk. فأكلت, then you took the fish. وشربت, and you drank the milk. فأنت عاصٍ في الأول. You've disobeyed me in the first one. That is لا تأكل السمك. You've disobeyed me by eating the fish, because I'm prohibiting you not to eat the fish. وهو أكل السمك, the first one, which is taking the fish. And غير عاصٍ في الثاني, and you are not disobedient in the second. The second, which is what? وهو شرب اللبن, which is drinking of laban. I'm not prohibiting you from drinking laban. I'm only prohibiting you from taking fish. How do you know that I'm not prohibiting you from drinking laban? Because tashrabu is taking dhamma. It means that nothing is affecting it. It means that it's a fresh sentence. It means that the waw here is waw al-isti'naf. Waw al-isti'naf also, isti'naf means beginning something afresh. Like you are doing something, then you stop and you begin again. It is isti'naf. So when waw al-isti'naf comes, the sentence that comes is considered as a fresh sentence. So it says, لأنك إذا قلت لا تأكل السمك وتشرب اللبن صارت الواو استئنافية. The waw becomes waw of isti'nafiyya. That is waw of beginning. Waw of beginning a fresh sentence. You are saying something, then you in there you cut in with a fresh sentence. That is isti'naf. Isti'naf is like resuming. وتشرب فعل مضارع مستأنفة is a فعل مضارع مستأنفة. That is a fresh فعل مضارع, not affected by anything. So in this case, I'm telling you, do not eat fish. And I'm telling you again, drink milk. I'm allowing you drink milk. Okay. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. It has been a lengthy but beneficial one. Whatever seems confusing, you replay it to get it clearer. And whatever that is still unclear, you draw my attention.